Everybody feels the same level of respect.
I've been psychedelic concierging with Lamar Odom for the last 5 years, and he's had an incredible transformation. I'm Zappy Zapolin. Welcome to this week's episode where we explore everything psychedelic and expanding your consciousness. I want to ask you a question. Does it make any sense that we as Americans are allowed to explore this country, explore outer space, go to Mars if we want to, but somehow we're not allowed to explore inside our own minds? Does that make any sense? Well, it doesn't to us, and we're going to show you how to go inside your mind safely, effectively, and get some answers and some healing. And as you're on that journey, we believe that you will find happiness, and in your pursuit of happiness, you will truly be free. Big week for the psychedelic industry, absolutely huge. Rick Doblin, the founder of MAPS, which became Lycos, has been working for 35 years to get MDMA, which people call ecstasy, available for the public for post-traumatic stress disorder. I had the pleasure of spending time with Rick Doblin in a few different places in the last few years. At the Psychedelic Science 2023 conference, I presented Rick Doblin with the Honey Badger Award. Nobody deserves this award more than him because, as people know, the honey badger is one of the most ferocious animals in nature. It never gives up. That's like Rick. He had to sue the FDA twice. He had to sue the DEA, raise $150 million. Now he has to go train 30,000 therapists. So the job he's done is incredible. He deserves the award, and we were honored to bring it to him.
Thank you so much, Zappy. And I just want to share that I've been so inspired by a lot of the work that Zappy has done and the creative ideas that he's had. And, you know, this video I would encourage people to watch about the honey badger. But it's something that I think we do need.
As a psychedelic concierge, one of the greatest things is just being able to do psychedelics and have incredible conversations with amazing people. Back a few years ago, I got to do this with Michelle Rodriguez in Malibu. We talked about life, we talked about solving the world, and in that time, it was a beautiful day because in Malibu, the skies are usually blue, there's nothing beautiful to shoot, but this time, the clouds were out. Every 10 minutes, something was shifting, and Michelle and I made the most of that day, and I look back on it as one of my incredible memories of being a psychedelic concierge.
But to think that one day you wake up and you look around you and everybody feels the same level of respect for each other than in previous eras of existence.
Yeah, life's a trip. This whole place is a trip.
I've been psychedelic concierging with Lamar Odom for the last 5 years, and he's had an incredible transformation. At one point, Lamar called me up and said, "Hey Zappy, I want to do mushrooms. I want to have a macro dose. Where do we do it?" And I thought to myself, wow, where do you take a 7-foot guy who's been on the Kardashians to do mushrooms where nobody's gonna see him and create some kind of a negative outcome for him? And it occurred to me, aha, the only people that don't care about sports and don't care about reality TV are the people that go to Burning Man. And so I found a festival that was outside of San Diego. It was mid-year of Burning Man, and I took Lamar out there, and of course, nobody knew who he was. He was able to have that mushroom experience, go inside of himself, really have a great time, and be in one of those moments for him where it didn't matter that he was a celebrity. At that point, he was just another person. I've had a great experience spending time with Rick Doblin. I recently did a podcast with him where we talked about ibogaine, the African root that's known to break all kinds of addictions. And you're gonna hear from Rick exactly how powerful ibogaine is, why it was made illegal, which was, you'll hear from Rick, a mistake, and how ibogaine is about to transform the addiction therapy as we know it.
Ironically, in the 60s, is that a group of LSD dealers, led by Howard Lotsoff, who were also into opiates and heroin, and had actually gotten dependent on heroin, and they were exploring all different psychedelics, and they had heard about Ibogaine. And so they got a hold of some and they tried it. And then what happened was that they noticed that their cravings for opiates had gone away, that it was really remarkable. Then they got busted. And so the police busted them for LSD, but saw that they had this other drug, Ibogaine. So Ibogaine became criminalized as well, only because it was wrapped up in this dealer group. It has a remarkable ability, unique among the psychedelics that we know of, to help overcome the withdrawal from opiates. It goes very deep. It's different than LSD or psilocybin. The way I describe it, I've only done it once in 1985, and it was one of the most important psychedelic experiences of my entire life.
Thanks for watching this week's episode. Big episode coming up here next week and the week after, where I'm on the road to Los Angeles, to Tennessee, and we are going to really look deep into some of these psychedelic mysteries, and we are going to break some of the conspiracies that are following this industry around and try to normalize it so everyone gets access. You are in the very beginning of this industry. That's to your advantage. I'm going to tell you, get yourself involved, start taking psychedelics, start investing, and we'll see you next week.